Welcome everybody to the Black Business Council of Marion, Ohio. And this is a space that we like to do some networking, but we also have a monthly spotlight. Our spotlight for this month is Miss Jamila Harris of Rezilience. And Jamila, would you like me to ask you the questions, or would you like to go ahead and just like talk through the questions yourself?
Um, you can ask me the question.
Okay, that sounds good. Um,
Okay.
Questions usually go from more of an informal to tell us who you are and where you're from to more of the formal things around your business and products and that type of thing. So, first question is, who are you and where are you from?
My name is Jamila Bracy. That's my maiden name. Harris is my married name. And I was born and raised in Marion, Ohio. And I'm still a current resident here. Yes. I went to Harding High School. I also went to Tri Rivers for diversified health. I also attended MTC for a few business classes. I've graduated from Aveda for esthetician school, and I'm currently going to graduate from a braiding school in June. So I'll be a licensed braider shampooer also with the scopes of practice.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I'm glad that you kind of give us the scope of your lifelong learning. And that's one of the themes that we keep hearing is this, as an entrepreneur and a small business owner, this notion of lifelong learning. So really appreciate you kind of talking through that. And me as an educator, I'm hoping that we can show these particular videos to younger people and inspire their journey as well.
Yes.
So I also want to ask you, um, could you tell us a little bit about the inception of your business and what it's been like to start your business?
Um, well, my business started from, of course, cooking in the kitchen and working in food service. Um, I don't know how I got the alignment to coincide that with products that you put on your skin, but that's what I came up with. And I have to say that it's been quite a long journey, like crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's and making sure that I'm around people who can help me and provide resources for me so that I can get to the next level.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
I'm glad that you said that because I feel like that might connect with even our second half with some of the resources that Mrs. Hooks is going to tell us about.
yes.
I'm also sorry I cut you off. You maybe were going to say something else there.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
um,
Okay, sorry about that.
it's all right.
So you said you got inspired from being in the kitchen and like how that has inspired your business. Can you tell us a little bit about the products and services that you offer in your business?
Okay, well, turn the page so I don't mess up because I
Okay.
right here. I have homemade products which I prepare in the kitchen. They're all natural. Anything that I make, you can also eat it. So I'm a firm believer if you can eat it, you can put it on your skin. It should go together with very little preservatives as possible. So I have 13 products that I've created. And one of them is shea butter, which is made from a shea nut. It comes from Africa, the shea nut does, and it's married with aloe and grapeseed oil. So it's a level of protection for your skin to keep moisture trapped in there so you won't experience dryness. The second product that I have is a hair follicle oil, and it's called Believe. And it is married with like mustard seed and alma and moringa. And it's like a therapy for your follicles of your hair. I have another oil, it's called Cerebrum. And that is a scalp therapy oil. So you use it not only for a turnover for your scalp, cell turnover, but you also use it for massaging your scalp so that you can bring blood flow to your brain and your scalp for better thinking, I also have I also want to tell you about Cerebrum. It's dedicated to my grandmother Ida, and she suffered from brain tumors. So I invented this oil and I dedicated it to her. And the word cerebrum is the anterior part of your brain. It's located in the front area of your brain, and it has two hemispheres that are separated by a fissure. And a fissure is just a line. So you have the left hemisphere, and then you have the right hemisphere. And these oils are supposed to awaken your five senses, you know, like touch, taste, smell, hear, and supposed to bring you into alignment with your natural. I'll just go through a couple more products. I have a bath salt, and it's a bath detox salt, and I have shower detox balls, and it's called Infidelity, and it's for the acts of commission and omission. And if you don't know what commission is or omission is, it's the acts of knowing and unknowing. So we pick up things that we know about and pick up things that we don't know about that we need to get off of us. And everybody needs the detox. So this bath salt was created along with the prayer that you would release the toxins and anything going on in your body that you need to get rid of. I also have lotion. Well, it's a hand cream and a body cream, and it's called Preserve. And it is also for moisture and for people who wash their hands a lot. I dedicated it to, during the pandemic, I dedicated it to food service workers, and I dedicated to essential workers and first responders, because I'm in that category, and we're always constantly washing our hands and they dry out. And I'm just going to say this. I have an all-natural deodorant, and it's called Covenant. And it's made with kaolin clay. The kaolin clay, the original, the origin of it is China. China brought it to Georgia for agriculture. So you can find this kaolin clay in Georgia. They eat the kaolin clay. It's used in cosmetic products, but it's also for a cell turnover to detox anything that you have going on in your body. I dedicated this deodorant to breast cancer awareness, because I do have a stick, and I also have a jar that you use, like, for example, how they used to have Tussie that you have to rub under your arm. So when you rub this deodorant under your arm, you are doing a self-awareness check and kind of catching any lumps before they get, too big or out of hand. So all these products are, the core values of it is love, truth, and alignment. I believe in love, agape. It's unconditional love. I believe in telling the truth, and being around truthful people, because it causes you to have an even better alignment. And I also believe in having alignment, because when you follow good things and you seek good things, then good things you good things happen.
Sure. For those that want to purchase your products, can you tell them exactly how they purchase your products?
Well, right now I don't have my products online, but I'm working I'm working on it. I do have a Instagram, and it's 77. So 77 underscore. So if you go on there, you can see a lot of the products being displayed on there, but they're really not available for you to get like right now.
Can you repeat your Instagram one more time, and then what we can do is when we put the link out there, we can drop your Instagram. So can you repeat your Instagram one more time?
It's Rezilience 77 underscore.
Thank you.
Yes.
So as a reminder for the audience members that are online virtually right now, if you have a question, please drop it in the chat box, or we'll be able to come off mute or write your question down. Also, I know that Matt, you're writing your questions down as well. So you talked a little bit about your grandmother being your inspiration. Can you talk a bit more about that inspiration in your life?
Okay, so I have a great grandmother, and her name was Mother Wade, and she was truly a good lady, Christian lady. They are the founders of True Faith Church of God in Christ on Fairground, 599 East Fairground. And that's the church that I've attended all my life. She always, with her and her mother owned a restaurant, and she was from Mississippi. So with Irene and Mama Wade always said that we need to do natural first. Natural comes first. And then, if you can't fix it, then you go beyond that. But they always had gardens. They always cooked from scratch. They always were sewing. They were just like the jack of all trades, and that's where my inspiration comes from. I'm the 5th generation. So it was Irene, it was Nellie, and then it was Ida, and then
Wow.
And so, they did so many things. It's not about recognition. It's just about putting the things from your generation into play. It'll come through somebody down the line. And I believe that it came through me. Not only, that's my mother's side. Not only were they great, I also had a grandma from Georgia. Her name was Ethel Cochran. And she always was mixing up little concoctions to drink or put on your skin, or, something great like that. So I have a long line of inspiration. Yeah.
Yes.
Did they write down any of the recipes from that time that you were able to use yourself? Did they write down any of that?
They wrote down food recipes. And I do have a copy of my grandmother Wade's food recipes, but none of them really got into as deep as I'm into the skincare or the braiding.
Very cool.
Yeah. I like that question around like writing down, because a lot of times in the culture it's the oral tradition of passing it down. But there's such a feel and an importance of writing those things down and being able to pass it on to the next generation. I had a question, because you did this amazing thing where you told the history of Black businesses in your family. Can you talk a little bit about like why Black businesses are so important to you?
Black businesses are important to me because it shows growth within the Black community. Definitely leadership is very, very necessary, and our youth needs to see leaders in all categories, and entrepreneurs, and property owners, and business owners. They need to see it all, not just from one perspective, but knowing that they can also do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's super powerful.
Yeah.
Super powerful. Definitely. I want to open it up to Matt, and then also Mrs. Hooks, and also Pastor Jackie to kind of come off and ask questions.
Let's start with that one.
I can't really see.
Oh.
Let me get.
We'll start maybe with Pastor Jackie.
Sure.
You have the chat there, but did you want to ask your question aloud?
Yeah, sure. Jamila, I just wanted to know, do you have an estimate time frame of when your products would be out in the market for sale?
Yes, I'm working on my business page, so it should be within about 60 days.
Oh, great.
Yeah, about 60 days.
Nice.
I just want to say also, this is great. I remember when you first started, I had some of your samples that you gave me, but now it sounds like you have really just put a lot out there. And thank you so much for being an inspiration to the community here in Marion.
Thank you. Thank you for using it. I just want to thank God because, you know, once you start seeking and reading and following like you're supposed to, he has these measures that are beyond your imagination or beyond anything that you could ever think of. But as long as you stay rooted, you know, by that water that he's providing for you, then you will see miracle signs and wonders. And that's what I have been experiencing here lately. Miracle signs and wonders.
Preach. Preach.
Oh, Sire.
I have a question. I actually have two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I have a question and a comment. First of all, love the name, and I think that that name is just so not only of you, but of many people who have experienced struggle and so on, and just to be able to snap back and come back. But my question is, I know you and I were in the same class at the Forge at MTC, and I don't know if you covered it. I apologize for coming late, but was that beneficial, the Forge class? And if so, how? And if not, why not?
Oh my gosh, was it so beneficial? I believe the Forge business class is the reason why I'm here right now. It linked me to the Chamber of Commerce that I never knew to, you know, network with. And since it linked me with it, I have met Doris Dunn, and I've met Matthew, and I've associated with Kelly Little, and they are all so awesome. Like, I knew that there was this much help out there until the effort to sign up for the Business Forge competition. When I signed up for it, I was also attending Aveda Institute in Columbus. So I was driving back and forth trying to get my esthetician license. And then I picked up this class also. I made every class. So I was afforded the chamber membership. And then, you know, I entered the competition and I got mentioned as an honoree, and I was honored for that. You know, that they even recognized me because I did put forth an effort to, you know, to show them that I'm out here and I'm trying. And if there's any available help that I can get, then I need it. I need, you know, people need to be shown the way. It doesn't just pop in your head and you're like, oh, well, I know what to do for this, or I know what to do for that. There are witnesses and there are people who have experienced these things that can walk you to it and get you to the next. And that's what the Business Forge class did.
And that's a great testimonial.
I'm really grateful for them. And I'm grateful for the Black Heritage Business Council. I'm grateful for all you guys.
That's a great testimonial for the Forge. I didn't finish it because I got involved in other stuff. But I am so glad to know that it was beneficial, and I'm sure Matt likes to hear testimonials like that as well.
Yes, ma'am, was.
I swear we didn't coach her ahead of time, and Jamila, that's very kind of you to say, and that was actually one of my questions, Tara, was knowing that you went to the Forge and hearing that it was beneficial to you is something we've been hearing from so many Forge participants, and it's so great that you're one of them. And there is going to be a Forge 2.0 that's going to be open not just to those that have gone through the Forge, the first class, but also will be open to every business. I believe they're shooting for July for that to take place. It would be another session of free courses at MTC, and again, it'd be available and open to not just business startups, but existing businesses that are just trying to take themselves to the next level. And since I have the floor, and it kind of makes a little sense for me to transition to it, since we're talking about this, I'll take this opportunity to also mention the June 9th and June 16th Small Business Marketing 101 2-hour, 2-day free workshop that we'll be hosting along with Downtown Marion Inc., all sponsored by Louisville Private Health. The idea behind it, I've had this idea for a number of years, but I needed a facilitator for it, and Michelina Lacey from the Small Business Development Center will be providing the facilitation for that program, and she'll cover everything from what is a brand, what's the importance of having a brand, and where can you spend marketing dollars, how to create targeted Facebook and other social media ads, how to take advantage of free online advertising and everything in between. And all that will be recorded for those that can't attend those sessions directly. We're going to have those available as well, and it's going to be an annual course that I want to do going forward. So we're very excited to be able to offer that later this year. Back to Jamila, I had a couple of questions. One, on your products, how long does it typically take you to find the perfect version of your product? Or is every product, tailored specifically to your client that you're working with? Is that always going to be different? Or how long did it, I bet sometimes that's probably a fun process, but also, I'm sure, a really complicated one. But when you think about the naming of your products and stuff, I was like, oh, that must be kind of figure out, this is the thing I want to do and what I want to create. I'd love to hear more about that process.
The process of creating these products were years. It took years because you just can't put anything out there and put it on somebody's skin because you're liable for it. So like with the Shea Butter, for example, there's all kinds of textures you can get. But being a woman and, maybe liking soft skin or liking to smell really good, you really have to tailor the smell, the scent, and also the texture, and make sure that the ingredients marry together and they stay married. They don't separate, or it doesn't cause after 3 weeks there's bubbles in it, or anything like that. So it took years to formulate. I'll say about 3 years to formulate these products and make sure they were as perfect as possible with herbs, natural roots like ginger, anything basically you can buy at the grocery store. They're right in this product. They're right in these products.
Wow. And is something like this product patentable? Is that something that's something you can put a patent on? Is that in your product?
Yes, it's something that I am working on patenting. Yes. I believe that I have something great. I can always use these products. I can go to my farmer's market and get what I need. Or, I can go to Kroger's and get what I need. And I can still produce a product for people in my community and abroad.
That's awesome. We do have one member, Ward Law Office, that that's all they do is patent. They're patent attorneys, and they've been a fantastic resource for a number of our members. And they actually were a former judge at the Forge as well. I think maybe they did the last year too. So they're a great connection too.
Okay, thank you.
I have another question. Now I know the products are all natural, Jamila.
Yes.
But is there a process that you have to get an approval? Did somebody have to come in and approve your products before you can get them out there? I mean,
yeah, I'm checking on that, with the FDA and stuff, to make sure that I am allowed to distribute these products. That's why they're not fully out there yet. I'm making sure they have to check things like the pH balance and make sure the acidity is not too high, make sure that it's alkaline, like right in the middle at 7. They also have to check the preservatives that's in it, which are plant preservatives, but they have levels that they have to check. Yeah, they do.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that question, Pastor Jackie, because I believe it connects to some of the work we're doing in the schools around girls of color, hair, skin, and empowerment. A couple months ago, Legacy Mentor, who's run by Jessica Coleman, who will be our featured next month, and a scientist and professor out of Georgia named Dr. Likely, they put on a program for Black girls to talk about hair and STEM education, or science, technology, engineering, and math, and to think about how do you make products at home that can be really good for your hair. So they're talking about olive oil and grapeseed oil and those type of things. So I'm saying that to ask them, have you thought about what a partnership with the schools might look like as you're kind of doing your work around maybe even empowerment of girls of color?
You must be one of the angels that's been sent to me, because I actually have a girls line that I've been working on. I invented the soap and the chap cream. It's been about 2 years. It's called Yes Mama. And it's for, again, girls to get the alignment, not only to get the alignment to say yes, mom, instead of answering, but also for personal hygiene. Our young girls absolutely need to know about personal hygiene. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. That has been I've written that down also, along with the girls' products. I have written that down. So that would be great if I could, take those products. It would be really great if I could provide them with products, if I could provide them with bags of Shea Butter and soap and deodorant, so I know that they have something to keep themselves clean with, or they'll know to use it when they need to.
Sure. Thank you. And Matt has some pictures of your products. I'll pass it to you, Matt.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you wanted to, just tell me to stop as I'm going through, if you wanted to comment on any of these images.
Okay. This is the hair oil Believe right here. And I'm just showing you all the ingredients, or some of the ingredients I use to start it with. And everything's all natural. It's just all natural, a plant or a root or a flower.
Mm-hmm.
This is a picture of, I do tooth gems. If you guys don't know about tooth gems, I'm certified in tooth gems and teeth whitening. So I was putting a tooth gem on this young lady right here, and they're just little emblems. You can get gold, or you can use the Saraki Crystals, and I just bond them onto their teeth to give them a little tooth bling.
Nice.
This is some of the braids that I've done. And this is just a picture of I think it's a really beautiful bun. The bun and the colors are really pretty. And it looks on her. Right here we have Eve, the hair oil. We have Cerebrum, the scalp therapy massage oil. We have Kitchen Whip, the Shea Nut Butter protection cream. And then we have, I didn't get a chance to mention this, but to the left, I don't know if it's my left or your right, but we have a balancing fragrance, and it's called Agape. And Agape is unconditional love. I have mandarin and I have limoncello. And the objective of this is to, when you feel off balance, or you're feeling down, or you know you're going too fast, and you just need to reel yourself back in, you spray this balancing spray on your wrist or behind your ears, maybe towards your temple, and you breathe in, because usually what you smell is a chemical reaction to your brain. So if you're smelling something that is just so delightful, that's going to create serotonin in your brain. And of course, you guys probably know, or you don't know, that serotonin creates a happy feeling. So we move all the negativity out of there, and you can stay aligned. This right here, I have to give a shout out to the chamber, the Marion Area Chamber of Commerce again. They afforded me, I ran a Mother's Day facial special, and they afforded me a suite at the Harding Hotel to perform these facials, and to get some of my clientele moving on the skincare line. Right here, I have a young man. He suffers from acne a little bit. So I used what you would call a high frequency device, and it's called a mushroom. And I used that to treat his acne. You have to put a shield over their face first, or gauze, so it doesn't, damage the skin. But it's for a cell turnover. I treat his face with this, and then maybe he might peel to get the healing started to the next level of skin, because you have your epidermis. That's your first layer, your top layer, and then you have your dermis, and then you have your subcutaneous layer. But we try to epidermis. That's our scope, and a little bit to the dermis layer. That's where, like acid peels and stuff like that come in. If you have like really bad acne or damage. Yeah, so that worked out for him. He's the valedictorian of Marion Harding. I was so honored to treat him. Like, you really need, yeah, I will treat you. Let's go. Right here is my school, Aveda, where I obtained my certificate of completion to take the state board in January, which I passed. These are just some cards. People who have exceptional service, they post their cards on a board. And I had a lot of services, because when I first went to Aveda, I was into product development, and I knew that was part of the scope of being an esthetician, is product development. You can go into that. I had no clue that I would fall in love with doing facials for people. I believe in the power of touching someone with positivity. And I found out through the studies of facials and waxing and things like that, that when you are actually doing these procedures on these people, not only are you, doing it for a cosmetic feature, but you are also creating blood flow. You are opening up like their nasal passageway. You are creating lymphatic drainage in case they have any, pus or abstracts or anything going on like that. So it's truly more than just a facial. You are putting life back into their body, or you're helping them release toxins. And so that's what that's about. Just a little bit of recognition for people who truly love my services. I'm sorry. These are eyelash extensions, which are very popular right now. I also person that likes to do the natural look on people. So that's what this person wanted. So I think it came out pretty good for her. She really liked it. This is a brow wax. So, not everybody wants, eyeliner pencil on their eyes or, the henna brows. So she is very young and she just wanted her own brow waxed. And that's what I gave her right there. And it came out pretty good. You can tell the difference, when you get some of that extra hair off of there. These are henna brows on this lady right here. Her eyebrows were very light. I don't have a before and after picture, but her eyebrows were very light. And I applied a henna base on her eye, which is just a plant. It's plant-based, and darkened her eyebrows for her. And so she won't have to put anything on there when she goes out. They'll already be dark, and she'll be good to go. These are the tooth gems, because you didn't get a chance to look at it with the light that I had on the young lady in the previous pictures. But these are Saraki crystals, and you can see what they look like on your tooth. And then to the right or your left, I have all the utensils that I have to use for the process. Now, this is the generational picture that was taken by the Marion Star in 1978. I'm telling you my age. So this is Madia, and she come from Greenville, Mississippi. And she had, I'm going from right to left for me, and she had Mother Wade, which is her daughter. And then Mother Wade moved to Marion. Well, she already had 3 kids, and one of them was Ida Lee Bracey, which is at the top, and that's my mom's mother, and my mom is right here, Tammy Bracey, and then that's me that she's holding. So the 5th generation. This particular picture came out 3 Mother's Days ago, not days ago, but years ago. And I put this out so people could see that anything is possible. I was in the process of creating these products, and I just wanted them to see our generations and where we came from. Ironically, this is a hot topic right now. Generations, what we learn, our ethics of our generations, and generational wealth is also a hot topic for a lot of people in the Black community right now. I would definitely like to create generational wealth for my family, and I don't know, it's just very necessary. On the flyer or on the picture, I put, we seek divine alignment because that's all I know. I was raised in the church, and I was, I was raised to show and do the greater good for other people. It's not about me. It's way bigger than me. It's about other people and how you can reach them and how you can help them.
That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. So, Jamila, there's so many things that I want to say, and I'm sure the crowd wants to say. But first, we should say thank you. Thank you for blessing us with such a amazing presentation, giving us both an overview and the particulars of your business.
That's right. That was amazing.
Right, right.
That was amazing. That was amazing, Jamila.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you tell us your Instagram page? That way people can hear it and internalize it, and then we also drop the link in this particular video. So could you give us your Instagram page one more time?
Yes, sir. It's Rezilience 77 _
Awesome, awesome. So thank you so much for your presentation, and please stick around because I think people might have other questions for you.
Okay.
We wanted to turn to our other part. It's actually a really good transition when you talked about generational wealth. And we have someone from the Urban League here who can talk to us a little bit about how do we do that? How do we stimulate that generational wealth, and how do we create that? So we have Mrs. Janine Hooks, who is the Associate Vice President of Financial Compliance, Performance, and Strategy here with us from the Urban League, or the Columbus Urban League. And we would love to hear a bit about what you do, Mrs. Hooks. So welcome to Black Business Council.
Thank you so very much. It is a pleasure to be here. And gosh, I should have went first. I don't want to go behind the awesome and wonderful Jamila. Oh my goodness. We got a little bit of church. We got an education. We got some product. I mean, Jamila, yes, I want all the good stuff that you've got going on. I think you're such an inspiration. And I just hope that you're getting great resources and assistance and guidance in your local community there. But we definitely in the Columbus Minority Business Assistance Center want to be a resource for you as well. So I am just going to ask for some grace and forgiveness in advance because my presentation is going to be dry. It's not going to be as exciting. So let me answer the first question. Yes, I am with the Columbus Urban League, and I have the privilege of serving in the title and position as an Associate Vice President. That just gives me the responsibility for many of the programs that are directly impacting my community's economic mobility. So generational wealth, economic mobility, that is what we are here to do. I have programs that serve people in the way of home buyer education, right? So that's one of the foundational elements of creating that generational wealth is to have that property and to maintain that property so we can pass those things on along with the recipes and the ethics and the traditions and the oral histories and all the great DNA and all that goes along with being in our community. We also have fair housing. So we're dealing with a lot of issues in the Columbus area as it relates to source of income discrimination. Variety of things are happening. I mean, this is all a matter of what's going on in the social justice movement, if you will. I also have programs that deal with the emergency rental assistance dollars. So you may have heard about ERA dollars that help with rental and utility assistance. And then I have authored a financial literacy program called Journey to Wealth, which meets you where you are and will relate with you in a case management process to help take you from where you are to where you want to be from a financial standpoint. Because one of the things we realize is that everyone has a dream, right? Everyone has hopes, dreams, and desires, and we want to help you accomplish that. But we also want to make sure that we can help you connect the dots with almost all of those dreams are going to have a financial component. And if we're being responsible citizens in our community, we definitely want to be able to talk about what does it mean to have the financial leverage and space to be able to have options. And options to me equals freedom to do the things that you want to do. So those are 4 of my programs. I also have career services. And the career services is about how do you take advantage of all of these. When we think about the economic development that's happening within the state of Ohio, that also means workforce development needs to happen, right? People need to be skilled up so they can take advantage of some of these great career opportunities that are coming. And I know you all have heard it, so we'll talk about it. Intel is coming to town. And Intel coming to town means there's going to be some great career opportunities. And the question we have for the people in my community is, are we ready? And if you're not ready, then you need to come to the Columbus Urban League and visit with us so that we can help you with those soft skills, the technical skills, get your resume up to speed, help you with those interviewing skills, because that's a skill as well, to be able to present yourself in such a way that you can get the job of your dreams. I also have programs such as the Entrepreneur Empowerment Services. So I am really just keeping the seat warm for our director, Jesse Mark, which is the director over our MBAC program. But those entrepreneurship services is what's really taking off because of economic development. And what does that mean for the small business owner and that supplier diversity? So Jamila, I can't wait to talk to you about supplier diversity. What does that mean? And all the things that you have that you're working on for your businesses as you get the legal pieces in place and the patents in place, that sets you up for incredible success, right? I just think, when I walk down the aisles of Target, I see businesses just like yours, right? That opened up just because they started doing things in their kitchen and bringing those great products and recipes to the marketplace. So huge opportunities for you there. And then I have our summer youth program. So those are just a few of the things that we have at the Columbus Urban League. We have 28 programs under the banner of CUL that we operate with to help serve and meet the needs of our community. And we really look at how can we take people from crisis to thriving. And meeting you anywhere in between, but ultimately to progressively move you through those stages so that as a result of interfacing with the Columbus Urban League, you are in a much better place than when you first met us. So that is a little bit about what I'm responsible for. So I am going to share my screen because for me to do all of this ad lib is going to be probably a mistake. So let's see if I can get this queued up in a way that you all can see it. Let's see here. Can you guys see that?
We can see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go through some of these other slides really quickly because I want to get to my ta-da piece and then open it up for some questions. So in the past week, last week was Small Business Week, National Small Business Week. So we had some great programming that was going on and we were really focused on procurement, right? So for the business owners that are watching this live and for the business owners that are going to be watching this in the future, that is what is of central importance to Columbus Urban League and our entrepreneur services is how can we get our businesses prepared and geared up so that they can engage in procurement. And procurement is about how do you get your stuff into the marketplace, either with a public sector entity or with a private sector entity, or even with both, right? On the public sector, for example, doing business with the government doesn't make anything. They buy all the products and services that they use through the course of their business day and as they deliver services to their constituents. So that means there's a huge procurement opportunity. So becoming certified as a minority-owned business or a woman-owned business or EDGE certification is really important because that means you're taking advantage of some of those protected services for minority-owned businesses. The same thing with private sector businesses. Some of these that are listed here, many of the small business owners that we talk to, they feel like this is out of reach. This is beyond what I could ever aspire to be a part of. But I'm saying That is not the case. We are in conversations with organizations where they're saying, you know what, we're really not that advanced or sophisticated with our minority supplier diversity. Help us, Columbus Urban League, define that. What does that look like? Can you be a source for us in terms of our minority-owned businesses? So I'm saying yes, yes, and yes. I'm always wanting to be at the table to help in that creation mode, because that means I can represent my community and make sure that we're, number one, discussing the barriers that the people and business owners in my community are coming up against. I can identify opportunity that traditionally may not have come across our plates or our tables, and then talk about access, right? How do we have the access or the pathway for the smaller business owner to be able to get on the shelves in some of these larger organizations? So Jamila, I'm looking at you because you're here. You've given us this wonderful, very robust presentation. And all I could think about is the success of being able to help you get into Bath and Body Works. What would that mean for you, your business, your wealth generation goals, and how does that shape the opportunity for other young women or other young kitchen entrepreneurs that want to follow in your path and make that same thing happen? And that's really what MBAC is here to do. That's really what the Columbus Urban League is focused on, is making those dreams again come to reality. So we do that through these channels, you know, doing business with corporations, doing business in the public agency. Again, if we're thinking about skincare services, you've got Columbus City Schools. Half of their population will be young women that are going to need some sort of services, you know. So I'm always thinking very big, and I encourage all of my business owners to do the very same thing. We had a phenomenal conversation, and there's your good friend Jesse Mark right there about how to. The good news with that, guys, is that the state is starting to streamline the process so it's not as cumbersome, removing some of those barriers as it would relate to becoming certified. So now you could, only 13 documents are required, where before you could have a document stack like that to get that certification. So they're streamlining what that process is. Learning how to pitch your business. So pitch competitions. Boy, there's nothing like it. You want to learn how to present and really have an oral representation of your business, along with the most important aspects of your business operations to encourage investors, right? We're talking about a whole other level of thinking when we're working with small businesses. Are you in a position to invite investors to help you with your growth strategy? And pitch competitions and knowing how to pitch your business and when to pitch your business is really key in regards to that. And all of these programs are free, right? Everything that we do out of the Columbus Urban League, and especially out of the Minority Business Assistance Center, is FREE free. There's no charge, no cost to go along with it. And I emphasize that because the expert level of consulting that you're getting is on par with what you would go and pay tens of thousands of dollars to receive elsewhere. And then, you know, we're all in it for how does a small business raise that capital? Where's the money? Show me the money. But again, going back to what I opened up with is, if you're going to achieve those dreams, we have to be responsible with understanding where we are with our finances, with our credit, so we can leverage those and create the opportunities that we're looking for. So that's what we've really been up to in this past week. It's been a phenomenal experience to introduce and showcase some of these services to our small business owners, and they have taken full advantage of it. I mean, I don't think there was a presenter that didn't have a line of people waiting to talk to them and start exchanging those business cards, making those connections, because at the end of the day, everyone, it is all about relationships. It is all about relationships, right? So Jamila, now that I know you, now that we've had a chance to be in this space together, Pastor Peterson, I see you and we're in this space together, and Miss Dyer, you were on camera there for a little bit. You know, all of you I would consider you an entrepreneur. If you were to come to me to an event, I would remember you. And that's about that connection. And then I would be like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure Jamila is connected with the representative from Bath and Body Works, or with the people from Kroger, or the people from Giant Eagle. that we're developing supplier diversity relationships with. And it's about making those connections and fostering those relationships. It was important that when Jesse was not able to be here, I needed to be in this Marion County meeting, right? Because we started fostering this relationship over a year ago. And it's like, I'm not going to let these guys down. So I will do whatever I can to be in this space and to just let you guys know that we're here, we care, we're doing the hard work, and we want to continue to do work in this region as well. So I said a lot in a short period of time, and I'm sorry, once you get me started, I'll just go. So I'll be quiet now and see if you all have any questions for me about anything that I've said or anything that you're curious about that I can answer.
Well, I mean, Janine, amazing, very quick presentation there. A lot to cover, and you did an amazing job. We're very excited when we were connected with you folks. You're right, about a year ago, and it's been amazing, a resource for us to share every time we get a newsletter from you folks. It's been fantastic to share that information, and really glad to have you here to emphasize some of these programs. Some of the things you just mentioned, are these video recordings of some of those presentations? Is that so that's how they can get access to those after last week?
Absolutely, great question. Yes, if you are receiving the MBAC We Care blog, then these video links will be tied to that. And the videos were exceptional in terms of the participation, the questions. So there's a lot of golden nuggets, right, that you can mine out of sitting down and going through and listening and observing the videos. So we'll make sure that you get that as well.
Yes, excellent. So yeah, I'll take a look at it, see if we've had it before, but if not, I will be looking for your follow-up email that we'll share with everyone in our network after this presentation is up as well, for sure. Excellent. Yes. Thank you. Anyone else?
We have some questions, I think, in the chat.
The questions were mostly comments of people saying how great this presentation was and how good the information was.
Yeah, you get.
But did Tara or anyone else wanted to jump in?
I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Janine. This is so awesome that young women like Jamila have a place they can go to,
yes,
and someone that looks like her that can really actually help her through the process. I don't know, Jamila, if your products is for everybody, is that right? Just not women of color, is that right?
Yes, ma'am, they are for
everybody. And that's wonderful. But you have a great resource right here tonight. And I'm encouraging you to reach out to her and use that resource.
To reach out to her.
Let me put my contact information in the chat. That way you all have it.
And those on the recording will have Janine's contact information in the description of the video, and also when I'm sharing the email with everyone with the recording as well.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, and Jamila is so proud of you, just so very, very proud of you. And not only in what you're doing, because that's phenomenal, and what you're making, that's phenomenal as well. But just looking at you, you are the embodiment of what you're creating, right? Your skin is flawless. You have great energy, wonderful presentation. And so, you know, that is for me authenticity. And there's integrity in what you're doing. You are living and an example of the very things that you believe in and what you're putting into the marketplace. So I commend you 110%. And sometimes that's a lot of what we need for one another, is that affirmation. So I thank you for being authentic and true to your legacy and your heritage. I know you're making the ancestors proud. Good for you.
Yeah. And she can sing. She's a great singer. I think she's like are you in charge of the musical ministry at your church, Jamila? You and your husband?
Yeah, I've been directing our I'll say choir / ensemble for about 10 years. I really I really enjoy the power of the gospel music. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like it. If you want to turn something around or make a change, you say those words and it will make you at one another.
I love it. I love it. But my question and my comment is and this is to Matt, we've got to activate these resources because we've had two, phenomenal presenters that have come here.
Yes.
And we've got to figure out a way to connect, so that people are using these. I just got so excited when Janine was talking. I was like, oh my goodness. And I don't own a business or whatever, but it makes me want to own one just to take advantage of these valuable resources and the mentorship that's involved. So we got to figure out a way where we can connect these sessions that we're doing. I love that they're recorded, and I love that we are, having the spotlight on these businesses. But our challenge is going to be like, how can we amp it up and amplify it and make it bigger? And then I guess Miss Janine, Columbus Urban League, when you were like flipping through your PowerPoint, I was like, stop, because I wanted to read more. Are you going to, does Matt have a copy of this PowerPoint that we can read the parts that I know that you skipped over? I don't know, because of time or whatever, and we can peruse and browse those at our leisure?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. I will make those available.
Okay.
We'll share those out. And Tara, we're trying. We're going to keep trying to push these messages out, the recordings out. I share every newsletter that I get from Columbus Urban League, and we'll continue to do that. You're 100% right. We just need to continue to try and get this to where the people are on this. So keep sharing these awesome messages. It's unfortunate how long it took us to know that the Columbus Urban League and we're supposed to be represented, and we're in that region, and we're just happy that we have that resource now and can be a vessel for them to get this information out. So we hear you.
Well, I appreciate that, Ms. Dyer and Matt. You and I talked, it's been a year ago, and then I got whisked away into doing other things at the league. But it is about relationships, it is about collaboration, and it is about moving with intention. There is a lot that is happening in the state of Ohio, and with you guys being in our county footprint, we need to make sure that we bring you in and expose you to what all of those opportunities are, and so that you can see the representation and that you can really feel and understand what the opportunities are, right? In terms of employment opportunities, we're doing so many things. We're crafting a deal with Anchor Hocking. I don't know, if you go into Walmart and you look in the cookware section and you look in the glassware, Anchor Hocking makes that glassware. They're right here in the state of Ohio. Phenomenal business. And we're partnering with them on building a diverse workforce pipeline, right? Where people can go and get great paying jobs in a facility where they're making a wonderful product, pride of work, and they can build a whole life, through this. So we are bringing all of these opportunities to our community and fostering what the economic development and workforce development really means. And that also includes entrepreneur development, right? So Ms. Dyer, even if you don't have a business yet, I'm so tickled that you are inspired to think about what type of entrepreneur opportunity, because I believe every person should have a side hustle. You should have that side hustle, right? Because that's
side hustles.
Have that side hustle, because that's where you have your true expression of self, and you're bringing what you were really created to bring to the world. So I encourage everyone to do that and explore it, and to do it with help, right? Don't go out here on your own. because you can do it wrong and get frustrated. So use us. We are here. We are helping. And our success is only based on your success. This is a mutually beneficial scenario. If no one comes to us, then we are stagnant and we're not making good use of the resources that we've been entrusted with to pass that on to you. So we're only as successful as our small business owners. And I do mean that.
So, Mrs. Hooks, I had a couple questions for you. You were talking about procurement, and I work for Marion City Schools, and we contract with lots of organizations similar to Columbus City Schools, and so one of the natural kind of connections and collaborations would be with Jamila here. As you were talking about that earlier, that natural connection, like what we could do to contract her to do some work with our young people. But can you talk a little bit about how the Columbus Urban League and Columbus City Schools are trying to form either procurement or partnership?
Yes, I can do that. I know. So let me start with their certification process. So they have an LEDE certification track, and they have a whole registration process so that you can get on their set system and become recognized as a business owner that's eligible for procurement. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. You don't even have to be in business a year, I think, to do business with them. So they are purchasing everything from toilet paper to curriculum books, all of those things, everything that it takes to make a school run, just as you know, sir, in Marion City Schools. And how is Columbus Urban League at the forefront of that? Well, we help people get that certification. We host frequent workshops with Columbus City Schools so that we can talk about, what are you buying? Right? That's the first question. What are you buying? We want to hear about what's on the procurement list. And then how can we, even if I am a small business owner, a solopreneur, if you will, how can I subcontract with other business entities that might be a little bit larger to get in on that opportunity? And then, of course, again, we are focused on that minority business to minority business mentorship, right? So how can I take a seasoned or a veteran or a legacy MBE business owner and connect them with a complementary, so it may not even be the same line of business, maybe it's something that's complementary, novice MBE business owner, so that they have a greater service offering and have a wider footprint for what they're able to deliver to the marketplace. So that's an example of how the MBAC office is really shepherding that procurement and supplier diversity relationship.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Janine, is the mentor program a similar type of program like SCORE? Do they go through the same sort of similar training as the SCORE SBA program, or is that different?
Similar, but I would say probably much heavier on the technical assistance side, right? So we're going to get into the weeds with our business owner. We're not going to take you through or show you a template and say, go off and do it. We're going to sit down and have a regular cadence on how often we're meeting with our small business owners. We're going to talk about the barriers, what's getting in the way for your success. Sometimes it's the business owner. Sometimes it's a matter of opportunity. Many times we can talk in terms of marketing and connect them with other resources that can help them shape and craft what their marketing message is. One nugget I will leave with you guys, and this is when I was a business counselor, is the amount of investment you put into your marketing is the investment that you're putting into your business. Because if you're not marketing, you're not building that pipeline. If you don't have a pipeline, you can't convert. And if you can't convert, you're not making any money.
I like that. I like that. And you're 100% right. We've got so many businesses that make incredible pizza, but they don't know how to market themselves and market that pizza because they didn't go to school for that. I mean, like they didn't. That wasn't on the forefront of their mind. They just knew they had an amazing product. But there's so much more to that we just need to be able to get that into their head of how that they are helping their business by getting themselves out there when they
Absolutely.
can.
And marketing is a science. And you know, when you think about entrepreneurs, they're the creatives, right? So Jamila's in her kitchen and she's cooking up some amazing recipes. She's not thinking about how much does it cost to make that one jar of moisturizing cream, you know, but that cost analysis is going to be very important to her bottom line. So it's that level of technical assistance that we help our small business owners with. But we first want to understand what's going on. So we're going to get into that assessment phase. We're going to peel back the layers. We're going to understand. We're going to do more listening than talking, which I'm violating all of that tonight. But we're, you know, so that we can really assess what's going on, and then we can get into prescription. But there is a certain level of accountability that we have. So it's a fairly rigorous, highly technical, very involved partner. We are a partner. We're not just a workshop.
Yeah. Are there any other questions for Mrs. Hooks?
I just love that Madam C.J. Walker mentality that Jamila is. I just love it. I mean, my group, the Peace and Freedom Committee, we hand out an award every year to the Madam C.J. Walker of the Marion community. And Jamila, I'm just saying, I'm going to have to nominate you for that award, because I just love that. I just love that. So no, I don't have any questions, but I'm just so full from this presentation, and we'll definitely share it when it comes out on when Matt compiles everything and sends it out. So thank you, Matt, and thank you all the presenters.
So for one more time, I would like to say thank you to Jamila Harris from Rezilience. Thank you for such a wonderful presentation and letting us know a little bit about the products that you're offering. So we're really excited. I know I'm excited because I'm going to take this information back to my organization and see how we can partner in the future. And also, I would like to say thank you to Janine Hooks of the Clubless Urban League. Thank you for bringing your brilliance and your resources here, and hopefully we'll continue partnering into the future. And thank you to our amazing guests, Ms. Tara Dyer, and also Pastor Jackie Peterson, and Mr. Matt Carberry. So thank you so much for everything. And it's always important for us to give our flowers right now. And thank you everyone out there in internet land who's going to watch this.
Yep. Thank you all, and we'll see you all next month at the next Black Business Council meeting. And thank you again to Johnny for a great facilitation as always. And thank you again. Yes, I want to echo his thanks to our great presenters today. And we'll be in touch soon. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Good night. Thank you.